Alright, now it's Sunday. My guy's getting real slow on me. I'm gonna have to take over maybe. I got too much to do that. Anyway, I got a bunch of stuff. I gotta fix my air compressor's got a leak on the drain valve on the bottom, which I just installed. It's probably got something to do with Chinese 90s. And I need to change oil in my Dodge. And some other keep up items. Clean up a bit. I probably should go ahead and rip all that masking paper and all off that thing, because it's going to have to be redone. Anyway, I'm going to get after it here. So yeah, there's the problem. A Chinese 1/4 inch pipe thread coupler. Split. Put a little on it. Broke. So I got more than Chinesium ones there, but I dug around and found something more robust. It's an old galvanized. I don't know what does it say on there? I can't tell. Anyways, that's not apt to break. And that's a pain in the butt change down there, so I'm using that. Old. It's better. Alright. I don't hear no leaks. It's got, my gauge ain't too good, but I think about 120 psi in it. Alright, I'm going to call that good. Put this back in its home, and I'm going to go get my Dodge. Well, here's the big Dodge. I let it warm up out there, and while I was doing that, I vacuumed it out because it's pretty nasty. You know, this truck doesn't get a whole lot of love. I just drive it. It hasn't been much in the last 2 months, but usually every weekend it rides to Virginia. Pulling something. Anyway, I need to change the oil. Check it over. You know, that kind of thing. Alright, successfully changed the oil. And I had to adjust my carrier bearing back there. It was making a god-awful racket hitting the little dust guard, I guess. But anyway, I moved the bracket back a little bit. I think that'll fix it. Alright, I'm going to pull this thing out and park it outdoors. Alright, I pulled this heap in. The beater. It is a beater. I'm going to try to do some tuning on it. It didn't have any tuning. The timing ain't even been set. Nothing. I think I got to put tape on the balancer though, because I can't read the dad blame numbers. Maybe it's my eyes. Alright, let me start contemplating this project. And that's how you do that. She went from first to fourth. Anyways, first thing I got to do is Saturday, you know, here at Heavy Acres. I haven't had much time here lately, so I haven't had much time at all. Anyway, I got to get this Jeep running. It had a flat tire. I done pumped it up. I got to do some cleaning and organizing in here. This is a mess. A mess, I tell you. So, let me do some of that. I also need to get that wood out of the back of that truck. Yep, sure do. Which means I need to get it running. It's endless. I gotta sell some stuff. I got too much stuff. Well, the little rascal fought me a little bit, but she's running now. I had to dump a little gas in the air intake to get her to go. The head gasket's still holding up if y'all watch that repair. Could use some latches. I bought this drill press a few months ago. I never plugged it in or nothing. So I just did. And lubed everything up. Look, it's got a foot pedal. Slinging a little dust off, but works like a champ. It's an old Craftsman. I'm guessing from the 70s. All right, so there's that. I think I got an extra vise at home. I probably should bring that along. All right, next on the agenda is I got to tune up these chainsaws. This isn't too bad, but I did hit something with it, and it's got a little corner out of it, so I'm just gonna touch her up with a file, just the chain just a little, and if the wife ever gets back with some gas, I gotta cut some trees. I got 2 more up there I need to go through. All right, that one's done. I hit the rakers just a little bit. That's a good little saw. I bought it off a friend of mine for a reasonable price, not dirt cheap. MS, what does it say, $251? And then I got this little guy here. It's MS 170. It runs good too, but chain's loose, needs the air filter cleaned, all that. So I'm gonna do it. In case if y'all don't like steels, I got a Husqvarna up there too. Well, that's not good, is it? That ain't been doing nothing. Hey. All right, I'm ready for some logging now. 3 chainsaws sharpened, gassed up, oiled up, and air filters cleaned. I didn't bore you with me sharpening it. I guess I could have. But there's plenty of people out there who show how to do that. And I probably don't do it the right way, you know? Oh, what's next? I gotta get the weed eater tuned up. Here's the problem. A couple trees fell down across my path. So, I'm gonna cut them off. Make sure it starts. Let's do another one. PSI, but chainsaw work always makes my back ache. Alright, let's go see how the rest of the trail is. So far, so good. Something fell down there, but that doesn't trouble me. Oh, there's a little one in the way. Guess we'll cut that. Power company folks kind of left a mess around here. Look at that. I'm gonna have to get the tractor out. Helps if you turn the switch on with these Husqvarnas, I think. Alright, we've done a bunch of cleanup, chainsawing, burning a brush, fixed a couple things. I still need to get that running. I think it's got a little water in the float bowl is what I think. And I got to put a new tack cable on this. That one is all no good. Hopefully that ain't too big of a hassle. But it might be. I got one. Hope it's the right one. What else do I need to do? Oh, I got a flat tire on the other tractor. Too much stuff. That's the trouble. Alright, right here I got a new tack drive cable. I hope it's the right one. And once I wiggle myself through all this stuff, I'll get in there and take the old one off. Don't look like it'll be that awful. And there's the old one. She had the come aparts. It wasn't looking too good on the remainder, but I'm kind of afraid. Yeah, that ain't the right thing. Daggone it. Well, there you have it. It's the wrong parts. Okay, and of course, since this is a weird tractor made from like 1983 to 1985, that's a 4-cylinder. No tack drive cable available. Apparently there's another 2110, which is a 3-cylinder, which is what the cable I have is for. So I'm not going to waste a bunch of time sitting here searching for that. I'm going to do other stuff. So I'm going to fire this joker up and get it out of here. Alright, I'm going to drain the gas out of this thing and pull the float bowl off. That's what was wrong with it last time. But I didn't drain the gas out last time. I should have. There, draining nicely. Well, don't look too terrible. Fuel's a little yellow. There's a little dab of water in it. Well, there it is running. I think that Chinese carburetor, the choke, don't do right because it still didn't want to start. It hit. And these Yamahas are a little cold-blooded. So I squirt a little ether in it, and once it ran a second, then it ran fine. So, there's that. I love work. I could watch it all day. You did a good job. There's only a little bit left. Why are you looking down? Big what?
Bug.
Big bug.
Big bug. You tell me what it is. Is this considered a centipede? It's got lots of legs.
Well, if it has 100 legs, it's a centipede.
You don't see it right there?
Oh, yeah, it's probably a centipede of some kind. But he's alright. Don't worry about him.
I'm not worried about it. Doesn't look that steep in the video. Pretty steep.
Grinding home for me. Better put some oil in that front differential and quit leaking. That means it's out.
I guess that's one way. Tell.
That's a persimmon.
Could get one of the nuts. Crack her open.
Persimmons aren't nuts.
Well,
They're fruits.
fruit. Crack one open anyway.
You don't crack it open, it's a fruit.
You cut it open.
Nuts you crack open.
Woo!
Somebody did a bunch of work up here the other day.
Yeah.